Hello and welcome to Dice and Demons. I'm Emma and today I want to show you how I paint this Tyranid Carnifex. And as always, I start off with a model that has been primed using the Wraithbone spray from GW. And here I am using a contrast paint called Skeleton Hordes. I've decided that unlike a lot of my other models, I want this to have a sort of naturalistic vibe to it. So I'm going to be keeping the sort of bony parts of this model in an actual bone color. So that's why I'm using these skeleton hordes. And I just use skeleton hordes and then I apply a quick dry brush using a makeup brush. And I'm doing a dry brush using the Wraithbone. And as you can see, I'm trying to go from the upper parts of the model to the lower parts of the model, because that's where you would have most of the light hitting the model anyway. And this is just a really quick thing I do. And then I do the same thing using the Army Painter Matte White and just a very, very, very tiny amount of paint on the brush. And once I have done that, I go over it just very quickly and try to do just sort of an edge highlight. I do like the effect of dry brushing, but I do think it tends to be a little bit too dusty looking sometimes. So I like to go over it just with a quick edge highlight to make sure that the details are very sharp and very visible. Then I start working on the carapace and I use the contrast paint Salazar blue for this. I really like this blue color. It goes on very easy and smoothly, and it's just such a nice, vibrant, bright blue color. So I decided that that was what I wanted to use as the sort of base color for this model. I then do my sort of dark edge highlight and using again a contrast paint. This time it's the Black Templar, and I use also the cross hatching, and I try to make more of them at the edge of the carapace where I imagine that there would be a little bit more shadow. And then once I go over it with my lighter color, I will try to do that at the top of the carapace and also as an edge highlight. As you can see here, I have decided to go for a pink edge highlight instead of a lighter blue or white one. And that's a bit unusual. Usually I do the both the basic color and then the darker shades and the highlights in sort of at least relatively the same colors. So like a red, and then I do the darker highlights with a brown and then the lighter highlights with orange and yellow. But I decided to do something completely different for this color scheme, going with the blue and then a pink highlight, because I thought to myself that these Tyranids, they're just so out there that they won't even have the same sort of highlights when the light hits them. So it's not absolutely not non-metallic metal or anything like that, but it's still I'm still trying to play off the fact that the Tyranids look sort of like they look like they are a scorpion or something, but they also look like they're a bug. And if you look at a lot of bugs, their shells will have this really nice color shifting quality where you will, if seen from one angle, it'll be green, and seen from a different angle, it'll be purple. So that's the sort of vaguely the effect I'm trying to go for here. The pink color I'm using here is the same as the one I'm usually using, and that is a mixture of the Army Painter Matte White and then the CK Pro pigment called Cyclam Red, and it gives this really nice vibrant pink. Then I go over it with a white highlight, Army Painter's Matte White, and I try to be really, really sparingly. First, I did a test run where I put on a lot of white just to make sure that the highlights were really nice and clear. But it just sort of dulled the effect of the pink down in a way that I did not like. So I'm trying to be really, really careful and only doing a tiny bit here. I like to have just the play of the light with the white, but not much more than that. So very sparingly. And I think it has something to do with the fact that the pink highlight is very, very visible on top of the blue. Then there are these tiny little grooves in the carapace. It almost looks like the carapace is splitting open or something. I don't quite know what's going on, but I decided that I wanted that to have a different color from the rest of the shell. So that's why I'm going back over it with a white so that it's ready for the next layer of paint. I've decided that all these pieces of the model that are sort of neither the bony parts nor the carapace are going to be a very bright green. So I start off using the Warp Lightning contrast paint, and then I go over it with the Tesseract Glow, the technical color intended for use on the Necrons. And I just do a very quick wet blend. This is a part of the model that is linking one of the arms to its weapon, so I'm supposing it's some sort of very, very nasty alien energy glow thing coming from within the model itself. So I decide to use the same colors on those grooves in the carapace and the legs and stuff, just to make it seem like it's completely filled with this sort of nasty, gooey energy stuff. I don't know what this is. I don't know anything about Tyranids, either their lore or anything. So if someone can inform me in the comment section below what this is supposed to represent, please do. It looks nasty, but that's just me perhaps. Then I decide to paint its tongue red. I use the Blood Angels Red, the contrast paint. And I was considering doing it in the same green colors that I'm using for the grooves and stuff. But I decided against it and just went with the red instead. And then I go back over the green parts with the pigment I have from Green Stuff World, a neon yellow fluor pigment. So it's a sort of glow in the dark pigment. And I just use it to do some edge highlights here to make sure that it looks very nice and very, very sort of filled with alien energy. And lastly, I go back over the tongue again using the Blood for the Bloodguard Effects paint from Citadel. I just want the tongue to look nice and shiny. And here you can see the finished model, and this is by far one of my favorite models to paint. I have to admit that the Tyranid range as such is not exactly one that speaks to me. Some of it is just, I don't know. It's not something that I've been massively interested in, but I have painted this model for a friend, and painting it in this color scheme has just been so much fun. I don't think I'm about to start a Tyranid army because, as I've said before, I have way too many projects, but I am definitely much more interested in them now than I was before. Perhaps if GW would be so kind as to refresh parts of the range of the Citadel models, I might have to, paint a tiny, tiny army of them at some point. Not right now though, but at some point perhaps. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, you are more than welcome to leave a like or leave a comment telling me what you liked or did not like perhaps about this video or the color scheme. And you are of course also more than welcome to subscribe to my channel and to follow me also on Twitter and Instagram under Dice and Demons. If you have some models you would like to show off, you can also join me on Facebook on the Dice and Demons showroom. So I hope to see you there, or else at least to see you for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.